Coming at you live.
What up? This is horse shit. I hate this. Why do you have the wrong camera selected? Oh my god, I hate you.
Who?
Oh my god, I hate that. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
My
There we go.
camera's fine.
Not you.
Oh,
Not you. What's up, y'all? Clearly we having technical difficulties tonight. But it's whatever, because we here now. We here now. It's
finally.
fine. It's fine. We here now. Welcome to Auntie Tell You About It, your lovely space and mind place to talk about some realistic bullshit and bullshit that may not be realistic. So I know I watched Waking Up with Nana and Pep Pep this weekend because self-care and trauma just go hand in hand. And they talked about
I had it because I was working.
Well, who told you that? They talked about white knighting. And if you don't know what white knighting is, that's basically running to the rescue. You be in
Fear not, young maiden.
You
allow me to do this for you.
Allow me to do this for you. Ta, 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 ta. You white knighting and saving, you Captain Save a Hole for everybody. And we got to talking about, being an empath. Like, I am so glad, like, in the last 5 to 8 years, people are getting more in touch with vulnerabilities and learning their labels and their intersectionalities of their identities and recognizing that, oh, I'm not just sensitive, I'm an empath. But that's where y'all stop. And as a therapist, I got a problem with it. I got a problem with that. I am a self-identified empath. That's why I'm so good at my job. A lot of my job requires me to see the emotion beneath the words, bring it up, and make it a reality by saying it out loud because the person can't, thus making them sit with discomfort, thus making them face whatever the fuck they're going through. I wasn't always that good at it. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't always that good at it. I thought I could save the world with my feelings and because we was a promiscuous hoe with my cooter. Okay. And I think that's like the baseline of most empaths is like, because I feel it, I have to do something about it.
And the stronger I feel it, the more I got to do something about it.
No, you can't get it at the local Costco Paragon. You got to go to Trader Joe's for that shit. But yeah, like along the lines of, I feel it, therefore I must be able to do something about it. That's horseshit. Complete horseshit. And I know Rubes and Pep Pep talked about that, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean you should.
Don't mean you got to, don't mean you should, don't mean you need to, want to, have to.
None of that. And it's really hard. So when I get clients that are like, have been told, oh, you're just overly sensitive, or oh, you're a crybaby their entire lives, and they find a label that, no, there's nothing wrong with you. This is your biological chemistry makeup that's making you more vulnerable to other people's mood swings and emotions. They cling to that label for dear life, and then they don't get past it. And
a lot of times it's a survival instinct too, though.
Oh, how so?
You've met my mother, an unstable emotional wreck. I had to learn how to do vibe checks, basically.
Fair. That's a good point. Because where does it start for a lot of people? Where does it start? It starts from, you guessed it, trauma.
From your mom and dad.
Trauma.
We gotta come up with a full song for this.
But it comes from, not just like serious trauma, but like just like those very powerful and palpable learnings and experience, and bring it up of, okay, I don't do that, or okay, I do this to emotionally survive kinds of things. So I'm trying to think of the best way to explain how to walk the right way as an empath.
Utilize the
living
ability to not give a fuck sometimes.
that part. Utilize. Listen, people think that that is not a superpower. Apathy, baby, when used the right way, it saves your blood pressure. It
Then the
saves a
sanity.
whole lot of time. It saves miscommunication and misunderstanding. See, all I don't. That's the thing I don't like
At times,
about.
it's less insulting too, because like I don't
Yeah,
want to hurt their feelings by saying this. Like you
you
can't.
don't get to decide that. You don't get to decide that. But like, I don't like how a lot of words and or labels have like this negativity attached to it all the time. It's just
Such
like or
as
traits or characteristics. Like when I say apathy, people are like, oh, so you just don't give a fuck. Like it's a bad thing. It's not a trait that needs to be gotten rid of. It's one that needs to be moderated, sure. It needs to be regulated and used effectively because everything we do has a purpose. Every characteristic we exhibit, every trait we have has a purpose, serves a purpose. Are we using it dysfunctionally and leaning on it too heavy at times? Probably.
there's so
Probably.
probably.
Probably because if we are unconsciously doing it, we are leaning on it too much. It has become an automatic response for us. And that's no good, man. That means you are hands off with your life. And if you're an empath trying to be hands off and just you will stay in situations that are uncomfortable just because you're familiar with them. You will gaslight yourself. You will take in abuse. You will disregard your own priorities if you leave this unchecked. Like, and that's the thing. Empathy, it doesn't have to be bad.
Oh, and one thing, y'all, don't nobody's gonna think or act the way that you are. So you thinking that if I do this, this is gonna happen. It ain't guaranteed.
Hell no. Hell no. To the no, no, no. No. Like, that's the other thing with empathy. Because you feel it, you automatically think you can predict the future or predict, well, I don't want them to be upset with me. It's not up to you. You don't get to decide whether someone gets to be upset with you or not. Just because you are aware of the feelings does not mean you get to control the feelings, especially when they belong to other people. But hey,
Somewhat.
belonging to other people, that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, we've all made that mistake at least once or twice.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you know what's funny about that? In my memories, I had that post of Jay Versace talking about life be like, now, did we learn our lesson or we're going to have to do this shit again?
You gotta do it again.
We have to do it again, huh? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But so case in point, no white knighting, no Captain Save a Hoeing. And we talked about this earlier because this was a really good example. Some days, so one, full disclosure, I am not the bubbly, talkative, expressive, loud internet persona I claim to be on the internet. Not in real life.
Ditto.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Some days, in fact, Glitch and I will wake up and just be like, fuck all of this.
Everybody and
Fuck
everything.
everybody, everything. Like, let me just wake up in neutral. Wake
Yeah, like even
up.
then, it's not even fucking about everything. Just wake up like it's a day.
It's a day.
I had that feeling
Right.
yesterday, and like my coworkers were losing their fucking shit. Well, one of them was like, I just don't feel like being. I don't care today.
Like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. I'm just existing today,
But
and
you're
that's
not in a good mood. That means there's something wrong.
no.
Now allow me to continue to try to do everything to make you better and cheer you up, thus annoying you even more.
Like, it's okay to leave people alone. It is okay to actually be vocal and ask them what they need. We talked about that earlier too. Some days, if I'm having like a fucking rager mental health day and I'm just fucking annoyed and I
Everything.
either want to rant or yell or whatever the fuck, Glitch will pop in and be like, I'm not sure what to do here.
I feel like I want to do something, but I don't know the best way to help. So, what works for you? You want me to
And do you even want help?
exactly what works for you? You want me to leave you alone, or
Right. because we joke all the time about how some people would just be completely offended if we talk the way we did with each other. Hey man, I'm really not feeling it. I'm gonna go fuck off for a little bit. I'll catch you later. All right, click. Like.
Or they just sometimes I don't feel like talking to you no more. Like just like I'm tired of talking.
All right, peace. And like now, 10 years ago, raw
Oh, I'm
emotional
talking about
empath
50.
me. Oh my God, he's upset. Oh my God, what did I do? Oh my God. No, taking all that accountability for what?
Niggas be straight up. I just woke up on just. I don't even want to say the wrong side of the bed. I just woke up not feeling it. Cause people think like, cause you're not happy and bouncy, you ain't everything to work. You're like, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, Paragon, good example. I had a friend walking all over me, borrowing money for gas and food and groceries and entertainment. Felt so good to finally confront him and bring up the issue. Dude ended up getting a job, a car of his own, and paid me back a good bit of what he owed.
Some don't pay you back. As
And
you work
that's
out.
that's fair. However, that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is by being Captain Save a Ho, trying to rescue people's feelings just because we feel them, we are blocking their self work. You ever maybe stop to think that we are the obstacle that holds them in place in this position?
Mm-hmm.
They just always call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. Stop answering the phone.
You can just
That's
stop. Yeah.
that's basic human learning behavior.
Like
If you
learn.
want a behavior to
There's
stop, you
so much
extinguish it.
power in learning to say no. Say and mean and stick with no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to
Like,
communicate your no, by all means, communicate your no. But sometimes you just got no.
and sometimes no's aren't verbal. Sometimes no's are behavioral.
Like,
They are actions. No, you go ahead. Like, quick example, recent example. So I was supposed to drive 2.5 hours away today to go spend time with my lovely members of the Chameleon Coalition with Snoobus, Fee, and Katie, and have dinner and come back because Fee and Snoobus are from Ohio. So that's 10 hours away.
Ohio,
I haven't
Ohio,
seen
on
them
the
since
edge.
Breakcom in July. And so I was like,
Little
I mean, 2 hours ain't bad. I could make 2 hours, drive 2 hours, eat dinner, hang out for 2 hours, and drive back. But I had to make a decision on Saturday. I had to make a decision because one, I have priorities, i.e., priorities that pay me and sustain me financially. We were not prepared for classes to start today. I'm just not gonna lie about it. Was not prepared. And so I was like, you are going to waste 6 hours if you go. You're going to have a good time, sure, but you're going to waste 6 hours that you could be finished with this by tomorrow morning when you got to go teach class at 9 a.m.
You got shit to do.
Right.
You got shit to do in the morning.
And 10 years ago, me would have been like, oh, but going back on something is going to disappoint people.
It's
And
gonna hurt their feelings. They're gonna
I'd
get
be
upset,
responsible for making people sad,
and
this,
then
that, and the
FOMO
other.
start whooping your ass.
And
And
FOMO would come in. Like, bro, FOMO got hands. Non-subscribers, y'all got 10 seconds and then an ad starts. So just want you to know that. Go get something to drink. Go pee. Um,
or subscribe.
or subscribe to just skip all the ads. Because if I could, I would skip them for you. But not if you call me at 2 a.m. You get the fuck you want.
And you are in your right
You're
to do
in
that.
your right to do that. And people who cannot emotionally regulate, especially if they're an empath, be like, oh my God, I've upset them. And now I should never ask them for help because I'm intruding. I'm truly a burden. You see how that spiral shit starts happening? Nah, bruh. Being accountable for yourself and your actions. You have control over you. And
And
none of
this
this,
can also be people you really do care about. You can do the same shit.
you can do the same shit. It's okay if nobody is behind the rigid line of I'd do anything except, for you. You should be the one person behind that line. I said it. Prioritize yourself, God damn it.
Quit being the sidekick in your own story, motherfuckers.
Being a sidekick in your own story. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Bella says I have the hardest time sticking to no. I'm sure, but like you can only do that so much before you really start to question the experience, right? It's like I'm going to make the same choice 8 times and see what happens. And if the same thing happens every time, clearly there's a common denominator here. It's me and what I'm doing.
Hey, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
It's such a good fucking song. Did you know? Are you a secret Swiftie too? Because apparently me and Scotty are secret Swifties.
I didn't know Taylor Swift sung that song.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm not a Swifty though. I get Swifty, but not Swifty.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get Swifty. Gonna get Swifty in
Swifty.
here. I'm Mr. Bulldogs. Take off your pants and your
It's a
panties. Sit
beast.
on the
Sit on the
floor.
floor.
Gonna get Swifty in here. Get Swifty. It's a jam. Um,
But yeah, like for real though, like learning to say no, because if you don't, you're gonna keep being in a loop of bullshit
and
because you feel that you'll hurt their feelings.
like the bullshit is compounded with exhaustion. Being an empath is exhausting. Being near somebody who's, I don't care if you want to call it aura, I don't care if you want to call it vibe, whatever that is
Oh,
intense is exhausting.
it is. But I also do want to say this: just because you can do some pattern recognition doesn't make you an empath.
That part, that part, that part.
I'm still empathic. No, you're
Most
not.
most people that are empaths don't talk about being an empath. I talk about it because I'm a therapist, psychoeducation.
I will
But
show you. I can show you the. There's a version of this empathic action that we all do.
mhm.
That the
Right.
meerkat.
Huh?
Like wait. Ooh.
Is it
Just
slightly intuitive? Yes. But some people obviously are more intuitive than others. And the other reason that people that are actually empaths don't talk about being an empath is because they're too busy trying to regulate. They don't know what to call this shit. They're trying to keep all their innards separate from other people's outers. But yeah, compounding it, it's exhausting because it takes a lot to do two things. It takes a lot to adapt and adhere to other people's swings and moods and presentations,
constantly.
but it also takes energy to abstain from doing that. But guess what? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is
Plus, you'll
functional.
lose yourself.
One of these things is functional, okay, and a lot less exhausting over time. Learning to disconnect. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Learn basically know how to trim the fat. Cut certain weights off that you ain't gotta have or no need for no
I don't think
reason.
I like that phrase no more. I don't think I like that.
Yeah, I like fat. It's nice
No,
marbling on a steak.
no, no, no. Shut up. Continuing on. But
But
knowing
learning how
when
to
to
cut
disconnect.
certain weights out.
Yeah, yeah. And that comes up again. I know we harp on this all the time, but that comes up with boundaries. Specifically personal boundaries. Boundaries for
Set
you.
personal boundaries, y'all.
Boundaries for you. Okay. So yes, you have boundaries to keep people out, but you have boundaries to keep yourself in line too. Like just because so the one thing I really can't stand. That's not true. It's a quirk that irks. Okay, it's not an ick. It's a quirk that irks.
I like
When
that.
me too. Thank you. I just came for that. When especially my Southern Black Baptist people, when y'all come up and touch my shoulder and say, "The Spirit told me to tell you," don't do that.
I don't give a fuck about your spirit.
Don't do that.
I'm called Ghostbusters.
Don't do that. Don't do that because
Don't touch me.
don't touch me. One, don't touch me. But don't do that because let me explain this in the context of boundaries. I don't want anyone praying for me unless I ask. That's got a lot of implication, don't it? It's like, oh, I'm gonna pray for you.
I don't know what you're praying for.
Don't know what you're praying for. Don't know who you're praying to. I can't co-sign something I'm not part of. Don't. Like if you got like now that this is different because we're getting in the
Praying to
realm of
Cthulhu
spiritual
and shit.
supernatural.
All I know.
But if you having visions of somebody get hit by a bus and then you see that person walk on the street, okay, maybe you can be like, be careful. Like you're gonna weird them out, but it's gonna make them aware and a little
Or
bit
just
more
like
and healthily
just
paranoid.
stay on sidewalks. Just
Right. See, that's different. That's different than
like
just kind of
vague enough to not tell us exactly, but specific enough where it's like it's like a subtle command, but you still gonna do like you just some weird person you never met. Say, just stay on the sidewalks today. I'm locking myself in the house for real, but like just
right, right.
like you
Yeah.
know what, I ain't going out today.
Personal boundaries for yourself. I can't tell you how many times as a therapist I walk around, I go to cons, I'm in public places, I'm in the Walmart, I'm overhearing conversations, and the empath in me is like, oh no. And the boundaries in me is like, that sit your ass right there. You don't know these people from can of paint. Unwanted opinions or just criticisms, and that is none of your goddamn business.
It ain't none of
Moving
your
on, go get your
business.
orange
It
juice.
ain't none of your business. It
It
ain't none of
ain't none
your
of your
business.
business.
Get the
Moving
fuck on.
on. Like that is not your business. If you are invited into said business, that is one thing. How you participate when you are invited and decide to oblige the invitation is something else.
Once again, y'all don't understand. Like it's weird, and I think me and Miko are both trying to like grasp. We're probably grasping at that concept a lot more. But
Mm,
the power you have within yourself for yourself.
for yourself,
Don't nobody got power over you.
except you.
Now, granted, there's some traumatic shit where you might like regress a little bit,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like I just came from not North Carolina, South Carolina like last week, and I admit like I regressed a little bit because I'm home, mother going through some shit, and I can't really just be man, fuck you, I'm out. Like,
Hey man, he gonna eat his cornbread. Fuck you. Sorry.
but at the same time, it's fun being able to call out some bullshit because like, I sure wish you cut your hair. You said that. She was like, I sure wish you cut. Like, you said that for every hairstyle I've had, mom. Just straight up, every hairstyle I had.
Even the nice ones. Even the nice ones. And when you
You
was bald, she ain't like that either.
I called out on that too.
She ain't like
Like
that
you
either.
were
I
real.
just realized it. Dang, son, you can't
I have told
win.
literally, you have said I look. You wish I cut it. You had a problem with every hairstyle I've ever had, except the one that you picked,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which was the classic little black Southern boy, the box line with the little swoosh.
Oh, that's in the painting, isn't it?
Oh fuck, that's in the painting.
It's in the painting.
I hate you. I hate you so fucking much. This is the only thing I can say I probably genuinely hate you about.
And that's fine because it's so embarrassing. And only I should have it. No one else should have it.
But yeah, like figuring out how to balance the two every now and then is a interesting dance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes you have to learn how. See, here's the thing: we can't be slaves to our empathy.
No,
A
I
lot of
think
us
that's what we've
are,
been trying to get out this whole time. Don't be a slave to it.
because like I understand there's some serious impacts. Like you're feeling down. Oh, I'm going to feel down too. Like you ain't got to feel that way.
Oh.
Like you
Sweet.
really don't have to feel that way. And if you do, there's some shit you need to talk to somebody about. Like
And if you're around somebody that feel like that and it's making you like not feel like it, that's okay. That's
you
okay. Cause
can
like if
leave.
I'm hype and you're having a sluggish, ruggish, buggish bone day, and I'm just like, I don't really want to waste my hype over here. Like you in your mood, as the children say, I'ma go. Do you need anything from me? Because I can bounce. It's okay to step back if the mood is too intense for you to match and sit with. It's
But
okay.
that power within self to just exit.
Just exit.
An exit sign is like the best thing. If there was just a universal way for just pausing the subject and just walking off, I would just like the Zach Morris, the timeout from Saved by the Bell.
You mean your equivalent of all right, I'm fucking off. I'm buggering off. Oh my
But it
goodness.
don't hurt feelings all the time.
Yeah. 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 Love that. Love that for you.
But he's just
Yeah.
not feels, and like I said, like
When you said that, it reminded me of that episode of Adventure Time when they were trying to clean up the dirty city by getting jobs or whatever. He was like, "What's the matter, buddy? I feel like a failure. Well, you want me to cheer you up? No, I just want to sit here and sulk, buddy. Okay, buddy. I'll
sometimes,
sulk
oh
with
no,
you.
you no, hold on.
Thanks,
You were
bud.
good until that last part. Because sometimes let's let a motherfucker feel sad. Because y'all getting this
Right.
urge.
Let them
Y'all
sit with they feelings.
y'all be getting this urge. Oh, you feel sad? Gotta cheer you up. Like, nah, we don't need all that. We don't need all that. We don't.
Mm. You a damn cartoon, bro, and I appreciate you.
That's what it feel like with people though. Like, and
Appreciate
the worst part is like sometimes we ain't even in a bad mood. We just like in our
you. In
just being
every mood.
contemplative and shit. Just
We
like
are in a different, just a different state of being that you're not used to,
it's
and
just
that is
like
not your problem.
it's just like, and sometimes it's like, now was it? She had those apple bottom jeans. What kind of fur did she have? I mean,
Oh,
the
you
boots with the
stupid!
fur.
You
Like that.
stupid!
Sometimes
You
it be
so
thoughts
bad.
like that.
Shut up.
And don't give me something like, what you thinking about? Fuck, man. Just you literally bursted my thought bubble and fuck you. Like,
And he's a cartoon. He actually has them.
and I'm just
Cartoon
like
mode
apple bottom.
activate.
And my brain be like apple bottom. Like, they, well, what is an apple? Pear bottoms I've seen. I've never really seen an apple bottom,
Yes, you have.
but like I've seen orange booties, watermelon booties, some grapefruits with the
You've seen apple
cellulite and
bottoms. You've
everything.
seen apple butts,
What kind of apple?
like a Fuji apple.
I don't recall apple bottoms, but like,
But no, you ready? You ready for some discomfort? Every Lattimore woman, and it was an extended family, has an apple bottom. You're welcome.
I've gone beyond that now. Besides, I've seen your butt. I still wouldn't call that an apple.
Oh no, I'm not an apple. I'm a tomato. I'm a big boy, beef boy tomato. Tomatoes, tomatoes. Um, yeah, yeah. So, Paragon, you bring up a good point. You bring up a good point. You asked if you were too sober for this podcast. Yes, probably. But empaths, we need to talk about substance use real quick. Because, like I said, it's exhausting already to self regulate. When you are uninhibited, you're in trouble.
Oh my god.
Okay? You're in trouble.
Y'all become the worst ones when it's
We want to
empath.
hug everybody. We're affectionate. We want to listen to everybody. We want to tell about, like, honestly, like drunk girls in the bathroom shit, like legit. And y'all know I love drunk girls in the bathroom. But we got to be careful as empaths. As empaths, if we are uninhibited, that means we are not self-regulating
And over friendly.
and over friendly, and thus what? Repeating the cycle of getting back into situations that are uncomfortable, doing things just because they're familiar and we don't want to hurt people's feelings, blah, 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 taking the wrong accountability.
Getting on fucking people's nerves.
Have personal boundaries and rules for your substance use. I don't care what your substance of choice is. Have personal boundaries and rules. For me, personal boundary. One boundary that I have never broken until it had to be like October sometime, maybe 3-4 years ago. First time ever broke it. I never ingest, drink, partake of any mind altering, uninhibiting substance if I am pissed or if I am sad. I don't do it. But I did for the first time. Me and Scotty were at a wedding and he was
Ooh, I remember
showing
this one.
he was showing ass, and I was already having a stressful week, and the drive is 9 hours to get there. He's regressing back to family dynamic patterns, which makes him aggressive and argumentative with everybody. I don't really do aggressive and argumentative. I'm nerves, and the second I try to be like, hey, you might want to cool out, I am now targeted as if I am part of the family dynamic with aggression and harsh language. So I was like, you know what? It's a party. It's a party. It's a party. Let me go hang out with my in-laws and drink 12 blue Hawaiians.
Mm.
12. 12. And we ended up a mess. Not, oh my God, I threw up all myself. No, not that, because we're professionals. We don't vomit. Um, Not that kind of mess. I was an emotional mess. We were at a wedding. The first dance came up. I was like overly emotional. Had to excuse myself to the bathroom because I could not contain myself at
Just
all.
say.
Had a breakdown in the bathroom. Had to leave the reception early because I did not want to be around people. Peopling also takes energy because I'm an introvert as well. Peopling, overly emotional, empathy, feelings. So be very particular and cautious and plan for your substance use as an empath. This has been a PSA.
You ain't gotta sit and lick like that, Puma.
Yes, she does. It's her ass.
Ugh.
You know what's funny about that? Every time I walk into mom's room and I see Sam licking under the blanket, I said, "Quit licking your winky." And he pokes his head from the blanket. It's my winky. For context, he is a little small Chihuahua dog, so it is in fact a winky. My winky. Oh man. But on being an empath, walking the right empath. Thank you. His name is John John.
Walk
He usually
your
has
empath,
locks, but they are on the
not
floor.
everybody else's.
Yeah,
Learn to stop giving a fuck to a certain
learn
extent.
learn to control how many fucks you give.
Ration your fucks.
Ration your fucks. Like it is the Great Depression and you're the only fuck farmer for miles. Okay? Ration your fucks. Because I'm going to tell you what you should be measuring your give a fucks up against. You. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. Somebody wants me to give a fuck. I can't today.
I can spare you a quarter fuck
Try
right now. You
again
got 30
tomorrow.
minutes.
Try again tomorrow.
Like I got a quarter fuck in the tank right now. You got 10 minutes. Go.
Right, you got 10 minutes. There's a song out there that's awesome about that called I've No More Fucks to Give.
I
Yep,
love that song.
love
I
that song.
love that song.
Love that song. Like legitimately
Like the fuck
ration
fountain is
your
dry.
fucks.
My
The
fuck
fuck
fields
my
remain
they are
barren.
barren.
My fuck's capacitor is broken.
Not
Like
your fucks capacitor, bro. Oh man, good shit, good shit. But yeah, and if you are having difficulty controlling your empathy reflexes, go do some work around that, bud. Go do some work around that. I am having a hard time not feeling everything is a legitimate counseling concern.
go out hunting and get yourself a 10-point fuck. Anyway.
A 10-point fuck? What? No. Hello, Stone Mage.
Like my shotgun shoots blanks, not fuck shots.
We
Anyway.
are wearing the carnelian, I think. Yeah. We're wearing the carnelian tonight. Oh man. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's I think for me, that's why my self-care Sundays are so important. So important. It's because it's my time to like push up against no other structure and boundaries but me and myself and my state of being. Um and I don't think a lot of people understand that yeah, self-care is a buzzword, but it should also be a practice, like a consistent practice. Like I notice when I go a week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks without a self-care day because everything is running over into each other. I can't tell apart, my ambitions or my priorities from other people. Like baby.
I think for me is when I just don't give a fuck about somebody's feelings.
Mm,
Like you can acknowledge it, like that probably hurt their feelings. No, but I just and there's that not Captain
yeah,
Save a whole thankless hero need of doing bullshit. You can just keep it moving.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, damn, they're crying.
Week wheel poll is up.
Hope they feel
Have
better.
fun. All right. Hope you feel better.
You like, what time is it? I ain't got time to care. And they just keep.
And I think that's a scary point for people too. When we talk about boundaries and saying it's okay to tell people you don't have the capacity.
And that's not something that you do all the time every day. Like I said, I'm not a heartless bastard, but sometimes like what was that saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you spread yourself too thin, you ain't helping nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't pour from an empty cup.
I say my cup almost dry. Like, hey, pour something. You might get a drop, and then I'm dropless.
Like dropless. You're over here drier than a desert. Like skips. Oh man, who is better at empathy, men or women? That is a trick question. People who practice empathy are better at empathy.
how
Are
they
women
handle empathy is
are
probably
women more
different.
intuitive for certain things? Yes, but that is not by biology. That is by societal design.
So that's
I
about certain
know.
things because men
Yeah,
are probably more empathic on certain things too because
that part.
societal says like
That part. Like we are in tune to different things because society teaches us as different genders to prioritize different things. For instance, I send all the holiday cards in our family. Like I've probably only spoken to Scotty's people maybe 5 times total over the time we've been together. But I send holiday cards, I send birthday cards, Easter, Valentine's Day, all of it. Because as a lady, I know how to do those things. He wouldn't think twice about doing that.
it's
I
like
think about cleaning the house, meaning if I deep clean, that means the baseboards are getting clean. Men do not think like that, societally speaking. They have not been trained to think about that as a priority.
but I always just think it's like two people playing the same instrument but they in different genres of music.
Say that again.
Like when it comes to empathy between the
You're
sexes
like,
or
say exactly
genders,
what you said.
two people can play the same instrument but play in two different genres of music.
Okay. I like that. That's true. That's true. 100%. That's a
You could
good
play
example.
like you could play bass in a rock band. I could play it in the funk band.
Or bluegrass band.
Like yeah, you do bluegrass, I do bass in the funk band. There might be some similarities because bluegrass kind of comes from funk, but like
I mean, now,
there's
different
there's
soap
still,
box.
but like you might be good at your wow wow, and I might be better at my waka chickas. Like there's like some differences.
You just wanted to say Waka Chickas.
I was going to work a waka chicka in there. I was gonna work. As soon as I said bass, waka chicka.
You just wanted to say Waka Chicka. Okay.
But the point still stands, damn it.
The point does still stand. Is empathy dangerous and can it work against you?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah.
Yes.
You ever just been around somebody for so long, you don't even know why, but they just a soul sucking vampire that just gets every last bit of your cat and fucks out, and you don't know why you wake up and not wanting to wake up.
That's a good point. I forgot to mention the arch nemesis to the empath, the energy vampire. And I guess the narcissist, if you want to put it that way, but sometimes they're the same person. Because you feed off of what they are projecting, the cycle becomes very stiff, very rigid, very intense because they're aware. Well, I won't say they're aware. I will say their
Most people
pattern
like to be
is
aware.
so consistent and repetitive. Like it's one thing to go through a pattern of a season. It's another thing to be in North Carolina where you get 3 seasons in one day. It's like constantly being on repeat. So not only are you feeling what they're projecting, they're feeding off of you feeling what they're projecting. So it just keeps going faster and faster and faster and keeps repeating more often. Which is why boundaries are important. Which is why saying no is important. Which is why rationing and measuring your fucks against your priorities is important.
Plus, just if you want to feed your petty gremlin, if you know somebody who's a vampire like that and you just saying no when things have been going fast and fast, it's just fun watching that knot come off and just that weird.
Oh yeah, because they will unravel. It's crazy.
What?
They will unravel. It is crazy.
But prepare for a lot of text messages and stuff though, because they
I
will
would
send you a
say
book.
the easiest exercise in trying to regulate your empathy is, would I say yes to myself if I was requesting what is being requested of me?
Explain, expound. Yes,
Expounding,
and
expounding. Yes, and so we'll go back to Paragon's example. If someone needed money, food, gas, entertainment, would you do that for yourself? Do you splurge on yourself when you want to eat your favorite thing? Do you hold off and prioritize? Because let's be honest, everybody out here living check to check. Everybody. There's no such thing as a middle class anymore. Do
mm-hmm.
you ride around until the gas light comes on, but would still give your last 20 to somebody that needs gas? Would
Hell
you
nah.
do what is being requested of you for you? Because again, priority system, you are the measure. Your fucks need to measure up. And if they don't, fuck out of here.
What the fuck I look like giving you $20 and like my gas tank on almost on E and I gotta go to work to earn my money. Like
I think that's
also when things like that happen, learn how to rationalize your shit when it comes to oh they like you said like buying somebody some need because they ain't got no money. You ain't gotta buy them the same shit you eating. I'm a,
dollar menu over there. Dollar Tree,
like
Street.
it it may sound cruel like if I'm splurging on myself, 'cause I want to spoil myself a little bit because I deserve it. And you want some food, you ain't gonna go hungry, but you ain't eating what I'm eating.
That part. And that y'all probably sitting there, that's harsh. No, that's realistic. That is realistic. You
Like,
are not
yeah, go
stopping
ahead
and
and get a
removing. You are
$25 steak. I'll pay for both of us. Yeah, mm-mm. You get appetizer. Gonna
mhm,
find you an app,
right.
especially if you looking forward to that thing too. Like,
hmm hmm And I think the discomfort for a lot of people comes from that because they think you're springing that on them at their restaurant at the table. Say that shit before they even get in the car. I'm about to go head up and get something to eat. You trying to ride? Oh, I don't really have any money. I mean, I can slide you an appetizer, but that's probably about it.
exactly. You can like, start saying, explaining
Which
some
is
shit.
which is funny because I never used to be that person. I was the type of person who's like, I mean, even if I can't stand you, I'm not gonna let you starve. That's crazy to me. But we have stopped doing that because it is unfortunate, but I am not accountable and I'm not responsible for other people. I'm not.
I will say like, and also like, define starve. Like,
Right. Because like one,
get some
you've
Lance
ever if
crackers.
you've ever had sleep for dinner and survived, I believe in you. If you have had breakfast for dinner, I believe in you. If
If
you
you
have
like,
had any sort of struggle meal, both common or made up, I believe in you.
also, fun fact though, helping people all the time hurts them more so because that whole like give them a fish, leave for a day, teach them the fish, leave you
Yeah.
alone, but that's start asking where you fucking fish. Like
Once
just
again, being the obstacle in somebody else's way.
mm-hmm. Because sometimes they might need to go to bed hungry and realize like I need to stop doing this. Like
This is real shit. You know what I hate? I hate. So I was talking to some colleague or whatnot a couple years ago, and we were, consulting about a client or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I mean, this is a nice shelter, whatever, whatever, blah blah blah. And they were like, you've actually been to it? I was like, I mean, I wouldn't refer strangers to a place that's local that I've never seen. That's fucked up. Like it's a safety issue. Of course I've been and seen it. But like, would you ever go there yourself? Yeah, if I needed to. Like, why do you feel like that is beneath you? Again, there's no such thing in the middle class. We are all 1.5 paychecks away from being homeless and starving.
mm-hmm.
Let's be real. So don't do that. There are ways to be resourceful. There are ways to advocate for yourself.
I like people. I like it. I like. How should I put this? I'd rather you feel like I'll be able to help you than to just know I'll be able to help you.
That's it right there. That's that part. That's it. That's it. That's it. Don't just know. Well, if I call you, you'll do it. Nah, nah. Oh, Apollo got a good wake up call. Oh man, we got a tiebreaker. Snooze. I need you to break the tie.
What? I can't. I ain't on shit. What's going on?
White or blue?
Uh,
Or
I ain't got a dice anywhere in this motherfucker.
oh my god. But yeah, Apollo just found out because
Blue.
we blue. All right, you heard the man. It's blue. Um, because the family. So me, his mom, his other aunt, and his grandma. Voting poll ended a little bit ago. Grandma are all putting in to pay his college tuition because generational curses means you need less of a balance than Auntie's got when you graduate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so for fall this semester, we just started dumping money into an account all over the summer and all during spring. And came time to pay it, and we was like $4 and some change off. I was like, hell yeah, that's a win. Hey, go and pay it. And there's a fee associated with it because of just the system they use, and then there's that $4 and some change. I was like, hey, I'm paying this, but you're gonna have to come up with this amount because I ain't got it. You know how wonderful and freeing it feels to tell people I ain't got it or I can't do it and mean the shit? All expectation, all accountability, all of that is now flushed because of your honesty and assertiveness. It's
Pride
amazing.
will fuck you up. Like just
Pride will fuck you up. I should be able to do this. No, you should be able to sustain yourself.
I'd like to be able to do this, but I can't. So
I'd like to, but I cannot.
like I'd like to help you, but man, I had my fucks in my other pants.
I'm out
like,
of spoons, forks, fucks, attention. I'm
look,
out.
You see these pockets, they just empty. Like,
They are barren. Oh man.
I
But
had a spare fuck, but
not a
it's
spare
fucked off. Like just
shut the fuck up. But it is 8:32. The amazing Dondero and Donderoing 101 is happening. So we are gonna raid y'all on over. I think Aroogs is playing something after Donderoing 101. I can't remember what she said she was playing, but she is. And then tomorrow for Blue Square Boy Gaming, we may be doing something a little different. Who knows? Who knows? But we're gonna play some games. We're gonna play some games, guys. Yeah. Yeah.
guys.
Games. Oh god, games.
I'm
But thank you once again for joining us. Have a good rest of your evening.
Whatever kind of eating you feel like having, that's up to you.
Yeah, whatever kind of evening you feel like you deserve, go for
Cause
it.
like you want to soak and have a shitty evening, by all means,
Hey,
curl up,
that's your
burrito in
business.
your blanket, cocoon yourself, play whatever music or whatnot makes you feel
Burrito
better.
bun bun. All right. Good night, y'all.